With the reboot series Hollywood Arts coming on October 15th, I thought it would be an appropriate time to finally rank all of the main characters in the original series vicTORIous. Hello all in the land of YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is nickelodeon, and no more of that talking. Let's cut into the video. So the first tier we have is really good character, then the best character, cool people. If you subscribe to my channel, I have a playlist actually of all of my ranking videos that I've done on this channel, not necessarily specifically for vicTORIous, but in each and every single tier list video I always gotta put cool people, unless it's like me ranking music. But if it's like characters, always gonna be cool people. Just okay, not good, and why are you even here? So let's go on and talk about Miss Tori Vega. Tori Vega, I do like Tori as a character. I don't understand the Tori Vega slander, and I get that she does have her moments where she can be a little bit selfish and self-centered because, you know, over time across the show, now that she's gotten more opportunities and she knows more about performing arts, you know, kind of like this know-it-all-ish mentality. So I see why people dislike her, but honestly, Tori's just a normal girl. Or they say that Tori's boring, like, of course, and this is more so like taking digs at Victoria Justice, which I'm not into all that, and I don't understand the hate that Victoria Justice has gotten over the years anyway. So, but with Tori Vega, everybody, even like with the character Tori Vega, everybody thinks that she's like less talented than everybody else. I feel like all of them are talented in their own ways. Like, just because somebody is good in this thing doesn't mean that, you know, they can't be good in another thing. Maybe that just might not be their strong suit. Like, two people can enjoy acting and singing, but one person genuinely enjoys acting and is better at it, while some person enjoys more of singing and is better at it. But that doesn't mean they don't like to act and or sing. So I feel like the hate on Tori Vega has always been unwarranted and unprompted. But for her as a character growing up, I actually really liked Tori. I didn't find anything wrong with her. And I think being in a school with multiple people at the same time, with all these different talents and everything like that, having somebody who just is there to absorb all of the information, especially in the first season, I think is very important because it laid down the foundation for what the show vicTORIous was going to be. I honestly think that Tori's actually a really good character. You know, not to the point where I'm saying she's the best character in the entire show, but I do believe she is a really good character. So I am going to place Miss Tori Vega right there. Alright, Andre Harris. Andre, I actually, growing up also as well, when watching vicTORIous, I also genuinely really liked Andre. It was just something about Andre. He kind of is like the balance for everybody else as well, like separating, because these characters can get out of line, and he's just chill. Well, someone had mentioned a comment in my video about why black women / black girls are written one-dimensional, that video, and someone had mentioned in my comments about something that I don't necessarily want to say, but basically I had said that in a lot of Dan S productions, he writes a lot of his black boys the same. Like, they might have a little something different about them, but they're the same. Like, when it comes to characteristics, Andre's chill, he don't really do much, he kind of stay in the background, and he is, you know, to help further a plot line for Tori. But I do think just Andre as a person, I do think he is really good, especially taking care of his grandmother. First of all, I don't even think a 15, 16-year-old boy should be taking care of his grandmother like that, in that capacity. There's nothing wrong with helping your grandparents, especially when they're older in age, or someone like Marilyn Harris. But the way that, like, Andre is just fully supporting his grandmother is kind of concerning. But I do think, do I want to say he's a really good character or he's the best character? Of course, Andre has his flaws as well, but I can say that he is a really good character. I don't want to call him the best character, though. He's not necessarily the best character to me. Not necessarily. I wish I had a tier in between really good character and the best character, because I would probably put him in there. But I don't want to put him beside Tori, because I do think he is a better character than Tori, though. Ugh, oh my gosh. Okay. let's just put him in the best character, because I genuinely can't make up my mind. And like I said, I don't really want him beside Tori. Jade. I feel like Jade has a lot of nuances. Jade is like an onion. She has a lot of layers to her, and the more you get to know her and the more you really look into her, you understand kind of like why she is the way she is. But that doesn't excuse her nasty behavior. I'm not excusing her nasty behavior. I'm not excusing her nasty behavior, but I genuinely do understand why she is the way she is. And I honestly think Jade, of course, everybody, the ensemble of vicTORIous is very talented. Everybody is very talented. Like Liz Gillies plays the heck out of Jade West. And I really like Jade's art, like especially like with her play called Well Wishes. I really love the symbolism behind that, you know, and it, you know, a lot of, you know, teenagers, especially like I feel like when I was a teen, I wish I could have let off a lot of my steam a little more with the things that I was dealing with had I had more artistic expression. So, and I like how Jade just uses that experience with her father and just writes it all into a play sometimes, and just, you know, taking it artistically. And I really do enjoy that about her. And like I said, I have compassion for Jade because of the things that she's seen growing up, the things that she's been through, and what Beck does to her, like by making her more insecure, by like kind of throwing it back in her face. And I don't like that. So honestly, Jade, you know, and Jade doesn't like many people, but I know if I was a teenager, like in high school, and I went to Hollywood Arts and I saw Jade, I know obviously I would not be friends with her. But, you know, like, of course, watching as a viewer of the show, and especially now from like an adult lens, I understand why Jade is the way she is. So I'm gonna have to put her in cool people, because up underneath that hard shell is a girl who's just misunderstood. Next is Robbie. I also don't like Robbie. He's a character that I don't necessarily care for. And of course, I've seen like conspiracy videos about Robbie. First of all, there's this picture of him with Rex, but I'm telling you right now, we should all know Rex is not a real person. Robbie just uses Rex to express his inner thoughts that he is too scared to say himself, since he's made Rex a persona, like a extra personified version of himself, if I'm making sense in that. For Robbie, I feel like because he struggles so much and because he's insecure and he has to use Rex, I have compassion for him, but not in the way that I do for Jade. I just think for him, he just needs to get out of his toxic ways. And same as Jade, but I feel like my compassion for these characters are totally different because they're going through two totally different things. But I feel like for Robbie, he just genuinely needs to understand that, yeah, maybe girls may not want him or whatever, but at the same time, he needs to understand that he needs to find beauty in himself and be confident. You know, that you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And don't use Rex to say sexist things, you know, like don't do that. Like, you don't do those types of things. And I think that Robbie genuinely lacks like social cues and social norms, I think. So he lacks that. But like Robbie as a person, like if I was in high school, I'm gonna be honest, I would not be cool with Robbie. I just wouldn't. So honestly, I'm just gonna put him in like not good. He's just not a good character to me. Not that I think he shouldn't be there. I think he definitely rounds out the cast. He's just not a good character to me. Cat Valentine, she's very sweet. I just hate, of course, we all know the Flanderization of Cat Valentine. I just hate that over time her character just started to diminish more and more. And of course, my favorite Cat is season 1 Cat. It was just something about the spunk, the ditzy, but being kind and lighthearted. It was just something about Cat in the first season that just felt so different. In seasons 2 through 3, of course, they just split season 3 in half to make it a season 4, so not technically that. But in season 2 and 3, she's a baby. Like, she's acting like a baby. And I remember watching Jay Nalis's video, and I think he had mentioned too how Kat could possibly be like an age regressor. But Kat in season 1 was so tea, and I miss it. Like, Kat was like so much fun, and I loved Kat in season 1. I don't know what else to say, but like everything else after season 1, she just started to become a Flanderized version of herself. But I love Kat, you know, but like season 1 Kat, I love her, but season 2 and 3, if I went to Hollywood Arts, I would not necessarily want to be around her, because like I can't talk to somebody who can't use their brain cells. But like the thing with Kat in season 1, like, yeah, she might have been a little ditzy, you know, maybe she skipped a beat from here to there sometimes, but for the most part, like she was a tolerable person, easy to talk to, kind, lovely. So yeah, so oh, this is so hard because I'm thinking about the characters throughout the duration of the show. Like I could like just do like a video where I just do like character ranking them by season, like how they were in that season, but I'm doing this as a whole right now. So I'm gonna put Kat in cool people. I'm gonna put her in cool people because she is cool and I love her and she's sweet. Beck, okay guys, I had a crush on Avin Jogia when I was a kid. He was one of my childhood crushes. So, you know, but other than that, like, he was genuinely there to just be the hot guy. That was it. That was all. And of course make Jade feel more insecure about herself and not make her feel secure within their relationship, obviously. But Beck, like, I don't even know why he's there. I don't even understand why he's there. Like, I just don't get it myself. Why is he here? Like, he don't even need to be here. He's just there just to look good. Like, that's it. Just to be an appeal, and I hate that. Honestly, like, Beck just doesn't add any substance to me. He doesn't add any type of substance. So, I am going to put him in why are you even here? And then lastly, Trina Vega, Tori's older sister. And first of all, let's talk about Daniela Monáe real quick and like the cast or whatever. I hate how they tried to cut out Trina to be like ugly. Trina is not ugly. Daniela Monáe, like everything that she did in the show was tea. So I don't understand why they tried to cut out Trina to be ugly. Like, I think they try to make her be ugly by making her annoying, but just because somebody is annoying doesn't mean that they're ugly. So I actually do like Trina. I also do have a different type of compassion for her than I do Jade and Robbie. Like I said, I have compassion for all three of these characters, but it's a different type of compassion that I have for them because Trina is outcasted by Tori's friends, by Hollywood Arts people in general. You know, like, she's just outcasted by them. And I think that because she's talentless, you know, she doesn't really add substance per se to like the characters. But I think Trina adds, actually, she is like that glue that also keeps the show together. Like without vicTORIous, where's Trina? You know, of course, like, obviously the main character, Tori Vega, is the real glue. But it's kind of like, without Trina, what's vicTORIous? You know, like that extra level of chaos wouldn't be vicTORIous without Daniela Monáe. So I do like Trina as a character, and like I said, I just wish people would give her more time a day. So honestly, I'm gonna put her in cool people too. She's cool people. If I went to Hollywood Arts, you know, I would at least try to make nice with Trina. At least try. This is my list. What are we all thinking? Let me know in the comments down below. How would you rank these people? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Especially subscribe. And I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye.